I uninstalled Forspoken after 8 hours of playing it, primarily because I had lost all patience for it. And months later, I had gathered my thoughts to try to figure out why was I beefing with a game who falls into a genre which I wanted to play and whose demo I liked. I realized that 3 hours of the game is roughly a tutorial. No, not in the common sense of a tutorial in terms of constantly showing you stuff, but in terms of locking you in and forcefully showing you stuff, if that makes sense. So basically what happens is the game starts off and you're already in whatever type of movie cutscene, and that's okay. But then it gives you this option where you have to review these documents, and then there's another cutscene, and from there it just goes downhill because you're literally walking from one cutscene to another. If you don't stop and look around and enjoy the views and so on, you will end up pretty much spending seconds controlling that character before you go right into another cinema. And it'll keep doing that over and over again, so much to the point where from the time the game starts until about the first time you actually hit the other world, not the intermediate area, but the actual other world, there's about 15 cutscenes. And for me, it ruins your immersion into the game because you're constantly going and stopping and going and stopping in terms of you controlling the character. And then, there's a movie. The thing that's worse is once you get to the actual world, you're now in this sneak section that is even more cutscenes, which is about like five to maybe eight of them. And then finally, you get a mission that takes you outside of the castle, which is a wider area. However, you can't explore anything outside of that, which is the actual game itself, until you complete that mission and then come back. And then it says chapter six. Now, after having played all of that, when I saw chapter six, I had to look up how many chapters are in this game because to me, it felt like chapter one. But apparently, it's chapter six, and then there's like six more chapters left. What's worse is that I skip every possible cutscene, but in order for me to skip it, I had to press pause and then navigate to the actual option to skip the cutscene, which was weird because to me, I should be able to press X and just go. So it kept frustrating me more and more. And then finally, when I saw chapter six, I got really disheartened. I got pulled out of the immersion. And then finally, I'm running around and doing all kind of stuff, and I had no patience for anything. When I would fight different characters or whatever, and I would lose to them, I just wouldn't even attempt it again. I wouldn't even adjust or learn about it. I just moved on, which eventually led to me uninstalling the game. So, for those of you who've played the game, if you like it, congratulations, at least you had a good time. But for those of you who were frustrated with it, I think it's because of this, because you literally was in this game for so long and did really nothing. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.